rates that go double digit, God forbid, the whole system breaks apart. So these are the things that I think are important to quantify and clarify. It's unbelievable. I mean, Speaker of the House removed, war breaks out, mortgage rates at all-time highs, Hawaiian wildfire, OPEC cuts production, oil prices highest level in the year, record household. I mean, all keep going on and on. At some point, the music stops, and this is why you own gold and silver, period. And
in Andy Schectman's video, he highlights the rapid succession of unprecedented events that have become all too familiar. From skyrocketing mortgage rates to natural disasters and geopolitical tensions, these events, while individually significant, often get lost in the ongoing chaos of our world. Andy emphasizes that there's a breaking point on the horizon, and that's why he underscores the importance of owning gold and silver. These precious metals, with their absence of counterparty risk, provide a safe haven in a world seemingly on the brink. Andy's message serves as a clear call to action, so keep watching this video till the end.
No, the order flow, yes. The order flow, look, I mean, there's so many things that keep happening all of a sudden, and, you got oil prices at their highest point in over a year. You got OPEC cutting production. You got mortgage rates the highest since 2000. You have a fresh new war that just broke out. You got the Speaker of the House removed for the first time in history. You got all of these things happening at once. And so, yeah, it's like someone lit a fuse on Friday over the weekend, hammered with emails, hammered with people scurrying. And that's one of the things that, I think is a problem, because I have this overwhelming feeling that there will be a fuse that is lit, a real fuse, like Jim talks about. He said there will be two resets. The first man-made. You could argue we are in the midst of this man-made, ridiculous, bizarro world environment. He said the second one will be Mother Nature. And by the way, that story should be expanded upon just a tad bit. He told it to me over dinner one night, and it's not a secret because he said it publicly, and so has Bill. He told me that he was related to the Goldmans and Goldman Sachs. His real last name is Seligman, or was Seligman. And his father, Murray Seligman, was a big-time Wall Street trader. I think that helped unwind the Hunt brother position. Very well known. In fact, if you Google him, he pops right up, Murray Seligman. But he said that he was told that when the second reset comes, the Mother Nature reset, the U.S. government would confiscate coins that were not American-made in origin. Now, he believed that. I know Bill believes that. Take it for what it's worth. I still own a lot of stuff that isn't American-made, albeit I prefer American-made. But it's worth noting that really is the whole story, and I think it's worth mentioning. But as far as people really running to place orders over the weekend, it's emblematic of the way people are in this country, and they are very reactionary. And they see something happen horrible in Israel, and there's a big reaction to it. What happens when we keep seeing these things? And at what point do we see the public become very reactionary? So yes, order volume has picked up. The premiums have not responded yet. The premiums, I think, have bottomed and have stayed relatively stagnant for the past couple of weeks. Availability is still really, really good. But look, if things start to spiral out of control and it really catches the eye of the American public, that changes in a heartbeat. And that's always been my end game when I talk about a market that ultimately will be defined by an inability to source product and very high premiums. I say that because you and I have been talking to the pimple on the elephant's ass. And the elephant has to know, with all of this chaos around us, on top of Hawaiian wildfires and record household debt and record household mortgage debt and record auto loans and record student debt, which is the largest asset of this country, and record credit card debt, people have to start to feel a little bit of uneasiness, and you throw in all of this geopolitical chaos. Yeah, and I do believe when we see the commercials really get on the long side, watch out. That may be when they flip the switch and let it run, but maybe it's that the people understood that the information that comes out of the Bureau of Labor Statistics is a lie. They should take the L out of the BLS and call it just BS, because the information is a lie. the headlines and the job reports were talking about how we added almost 340,000 jobs in September, something like that. But what was missed, and maybe by the people who understand value, understood that over the last 3 months, full-time employment in the United States is down almost 700,000 jobs. I think it's just over 690,000. So while we added 336,000 jobs in September, over the last 3 months, we're down 690 plus thousand full-time jobs. So in other words, part-time employment jumped by nearly 1.2 million jobs in June alone. So what you're seeing is people working 2 and 3 jobs part-time in order to pay for the higher cost of living. And corporations would rather hire part-time employees than full-time employees that have to deal with, you know, the cost of benefits and you know, the cost of maintaining a full-time position. So it's just smoke and mirrors. When rates that go double digit, you know, God forbid, the whole system breaks apart. So these are the things that I think are important to quantify and clarify. You know, we can say the same thing over and over and over again, but look at the speed at which these things keep happening. It's unbelievable. I mean, Speaker of the House removed, war breaks out, mortgage rates at all-time highs, Hawaiian wildfire, OPEC cuts production, oil prices highest level in the year, record household. I mean, all keep going on and on and on. And it's like these things in and of themselves years ago would have been front page news, and now there's 20 of them. And it just glosses right by because we're used to this chaos. At some point, the music stops. And this is why you own gold and silver, period. And because it isn't someone else's liability, it has no counterparty risk. And in a world that is I think, somewhat coming apart at the seams, the lack of counterparty risk, I think, is one of the most important things that you could try and achieve. On the balance sheets of the banks, the gold is held in an account that they call the gold revaluation account. It's almost like they've thought about this. It's valued, I think, in Europe at $35 an ounce and in the US at $42.22 an ounce. And, you know, so that's what they have it on their books at for whatever reason. You know, maybe they do push it up to 10,000 an ounce and all of a sudden your balance sheet is solid, you know, when you compare assets to liabilities. But I guess, you know, these are things that what ifs, but it's interesting they call it the gold revaluation account. So yeah, so for silver right now, we're doing the silver Morgan dollar 1 ounce rounds at $2.09 over. And here again, you know, and let me be clear on something. They have the Morgan dollar design. They are not U.S. mint made coins. And a lot of people think that the Buffalo rounds are U.S. made coins, by the way, because you got the eagle and the buffalo and gold. It just so happens the U.S. mint does not make the silver buffalo. They make the silver eagle. The Morgan silver dollar they used to make, and they made some new ones last year and the year before. But these are just 1 ounce rounds with the Morgan dollar design on them, a 1 ounce pure silver, 209 over any quantity, available for immediate delivery and in stock. And for those people that want a little bit of fractional gold, we're going to do 1 gold and 1 silver each week. We do have half ounce American Eagles on sale at $115 over their melt value. So you would take the price of gold, you would divide it by 2 and add $115.
Andy Schectman's message in this video serves as a poignant reminder of the tumultuous times we live in. He underlines the rapidity of extraordinary events and their potential to push our world to a breaking point. Against this backdrop, he reinforces the significance of owning gold and silver. These precious metals offer stability and security without any reliance on third parties, making them invaluable assets in an increasingly uncertain world. Andy's words compel us to consider the role of gold and silver in our own financial strategies and preparedness for the future. If you enjoyed today's video, share your views in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.